So construction business insurance in North Carolina. If you own a construction company in North Carolina, construction business insurance is not just a box to check. So it keeps one injury, one accident, one property damage claim from turning into a business ending bill. In this video, I'm going to break down what construction insurance should include, what contractors commonly miss, and how to line up coverage with real job site risk. Now let's talk about the real cost of a bad day in construction. OSHA estimates that employers pay almost $1 million per week for direct workers' compensation costs alone. Auto-related injuries also hit construction hard because crews are constantly driving. Motor vehicle accidents actually make up about 5% of lost time for workers' comp claims, but 10% of all the total benefits cost. They're the most expensive type of lost time claim. And it costs over $100,000 on average, which is exactly why insurance needs to be built around how you actually operate. When people say construction business insurance, I want you to really think in five core buckets. First is five core buckets. First is general liability insurance for construction. This is the absolute foundation. Designed to respond if your work causes bodily injury, property damage to someone else. It's also the policy behind most contract requirements, like being listed as an additional insured. Second is workers' compensation insurance. In North Carolina, the Workers' Compensation Act generally requires businesses with 3 or more employees to carry workers' compensation insurance or qualify as self-insured. Even if you're small, one injury can become a major cash flow problem very quickly. Third is commercial auto insurance. If the business owns the vehicle or employees drive for work, you want commercial auto structured correctly. North Carolina just recently increased their minimum auto liability limits in July of 2025 from $30,000 up to $50,000 per person. So minimum limits are not the same as enough coverage, especially like I said, the average cost being $100,000. And this is a clear sign that severity is rising. Fourth, obviously your tools and equipment coverage. A lot of contractors think general liability covers stolen goods, and in many cases it does not. Tools and equipment coverage is typically written as inland marine. It's built for theft, damage, any off-premise exposure. Fifth is builder's risk. So if you're building or renovating, builder's risk can cover the structure in progress, materials on site, and that's all during the project term, and it's often required by lenders, owners, and depending on your contract, if it's stated there. What does all this cost? Your exact premium depends on a lot of things. Trade, payroll, subcontractor use, job types, vehicle count. There's so many factors that go into it, and benchmarks do help set expectations. Now you may be able to go online, get a quote, have a piece of paper, but that's not really protecting yourself like you should actually have protected. You need somebody to go in there and look at it, make sure that the coverages that you have are matching the risks that you're facing every single day. And here are the gaps I see most often in North Carolina. Gap 1, the certificate of insurance is not the policy. A certificate is proof of insurance on a specific date. It doesn't automatically confirm the endorsements your contract requires. Gap 2, additional insured wording is missing or completely wrong. Some project owners and municipalities require specific additional insured endorsement and specific wording on that certificate. Gap number 3 is the subcontractor insurance is not tracked cleanly. If you use subs, you need a repeatable system to collect certificates, confirm dates, confirm limits, and confirm endorsements. Gap number 4, your auto exposure is way underestimated. So motor vehicle accidents show outsized workers' comp severity. Vehicle accidents show that there's a lot more workers' comp exposure. So construction companies should treat driving as a primary risk and not a side risk. If you want, I can provide a simple construction business insurance checklist built for North Carolina contractors. It covers general liability, workers' comp, commercial auto, your tools, builder's risk, and the most common contract-driven endorsements. Comment checklist below, tell me your trade, and I'll go ahead and share the list. Thanks so much.